Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Root Hack, the podcast. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. It's been a while since I recorded an episode for the podcast, and I'm very thrilled and excited to be recording again. During the past couple of days to the recent weeks, there have been multiple events which were quite frustrating and also interesting at the same time. Very first event occurred about a week ago where my Facebook account, which I created over a decade ago, was literally hacked for the very first time. It was truly not something that I was prepared for or expected to happen. This hack was followed by my Twitter being hacked as well. My Twitter account is also more than a decade old. Both hacks took place only few days apart from each other, which made me quite curious to understand and also do a bit of research to see why this is happening, and is it just me or are there any other people being affected at the same time. Out of the two hacks, my Facebook account being compromised was the most interesting and also the most frustrating hack for me. The hacker behind this attack somehow managed to gain access through the Facebook itself. The first thing he has done was change in the password, which basically locks me out of the account, and also he managed to remove my email ID and insert a temporary one. So I'm basically completely locked out of my account, where my both credentials that I used to have does not work anymore. Most of the social media platforms that we use today have implemented a couple of security precautions and tools in an event like this. Specifically, when you are locked out of your account, if you take like back in the day, there have actually limited options where you can gain access to the account again. But now I'm happy to see that there are tech teams behind each and every platform who is willing to support and who are like a call away or an email away from responding to you. So what happened was, this person removed the two-factor authentication. Actually, it was a multi-factor authentication for my account, so I have a couple of ways to sign in case one method does not work. That was the first thing he managed to remove. So after multi-factor authentication has been removed, I was pretty much completely locked out of my account. I couldn't even reset a password or generate a password to my email. All the methods of recovering the account failed. Later that day, I found out that this hacker has got a hold of my email account that is attached to this Facebook account, and resetting the password for that email was not possible because this hacker has manipulated the authentication process. If you try to reset the password, the code will be generated to his authentication app. That means it does not come to my phone or does not come to my authentication app either. After studying for a while and doing some research, I somehow managed to gain access to my email account, and I looked around and see there was no damage or any harm done. But my biggest concern was my Facebook account, whether I'll be able to recover it. Because although I gained access to the email, it does not necessarily mean I can gain access to the Facebook account through the email itself, because like I said before, the hacker has completely changed the credentials for my Facebook account, which includes the email as well. Recovering the Facebook account was quite a bit of a challenge, but the process was somewhat simplified. I reached out to the Meta team who manages Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp now. I made an inquiry saying that my account was hacked, so they sent me a certain process to verify that it's truly the person who is using the account is me, and I'm the owner of this account, and they did a verification for that. Luckily, I passed the verification and they gave access back to the account. Then I logged into the account to see if there's any sort of changes were done, but surprisingly enough, nothing has been changed. Nothing at all. In my own experience, I have witnessed that when a Facebook account specifically, when it's being hacked, most of the time either cryptocurrency related or pornographic related material will be posted on the timeline. That is the most common expression that I have seen to declare that the account has been hacked. Sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes the hacker just send messages to all the contacts in the messenger with like malicious links. Sometimes it's phishing messages, so they can get access to other accounts as well. None of these things have actually happened to my account, so I was really curious even more to understand why this was done and left as it is. The Facebook account hack and also the recovery of it was one of the most crucial things that I had to face. I'm glad that I went through it because now I get an idea about how these things happen and the road to recovery. In fact, I've got a couple of inquiries about Facebook accounts being hacked, and each hack is quite unique from the other. So the recovery methods are also varying from one to another as well. When it comes to my Twitter account, it was a completely different hack, where I got a notification saying that an unauthorized access has been gained to my Twitter account. So I immediately went and checked. The account looked completely normal. However, after an hour or two, one of my good friends who is also a follower sent me a screenshot of my timeline, and he asked me whether my account is being overridden to spam crypto. I was so shocked to see that when I logged into my account, I still had access, but this hacker has posted, basically spammed my entire feed with all these crypto related tweets. I believe I removed up to like 20 tweets where he has spammed everything related to cryptocurrencies and trading and all that. And that was basically it. There was no other changes or harm done. I immediately changed my password and followed the other, security precautions and secured my account. Hopefully it's fully secured, at least for now, I guess. But you never know. Because no matter how secure you think your account is, there is always a possibility where it can be compromised. It is exactly how it works, because every day there is something new. Every platform is being updated, which means more possibilities being opened up for hackers to gain access to these accounts or to do more damage in a new way. So personally, you have to take responsibility over your social media accounts and make sure you're up to date with the security protocols that each platform follows uniquely. The best advice I can give you is that if you're not a tech-savvy person, at least speak to a very close friend of yours who you can rely on and trust, and make sure you are checking your settings for security on all these platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything, you name it, and those up to date. It's also advisable to regularly check the accounts and see if there is any sort of unauthorized logins or any manipulation done to any of your data. Although this story sounds like an ordinary one, I had to go through all of this and deal with it by myself and also learn the lesson the hard way. But I really hope you will learn something out of this and immediately take action to secure your accounts and stay up to date with all the trends, all the new features that's being fed into these platforms, so that we know that our online presence is completely secured. Finally, the most very last thing I want to leave with you is that nothing is fully secured. So be careful, be cautious, take immediate action, and ensure that you are safe. If you think this little story of mine is helpful in certain way, please make sure to share it with someone and let them know that hacks like this are still happening and it only keeps increasing more and more by the day. As always, thank you so much for the help, the love and the support, and also for tuning in and listening to this. I'll catch you guys in a future episode. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Peace.